Griffin the Griffin by BlackWing. Chapter 54. Resolution. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it! Sitting in my room, I pounded my left claw on my desk, and then I stopped to look at it. Think about how she feels. She just got maimed, and it's all my fault. She's scared, and she's right. Despite my knowledge, talent, and skill, I can't plan for everything. Sometimes stuff just happens. How would I feel if I lost my arm? I sat there, imagining taking my sword and cutting my hand off. What it would feel like. What it would be like after. I shook my head to rid myself of those thoughts. Hey, Gilda, I'm going to the town for a drink. Actually, more than one. Probably till I pass out. You want to come with?
You know how I feel about you getting drunk, but since the fight's over and we're in a safe haven, go ahead. But at least leave your stuff behind. We don't need you running through the town plastered, singing I Can Swing My Sword, especially since you acted out. Sure, I'll come with. I think after that fiasco, we could all use a drink.
Etch, Growl, you coming? They nodded. You know what? Screw it. Everyone can come. The whole crew and even the tribe. And Trixie too. So this week is out and she's made her decision. She's still one of us, damn it. The tribe and Griffins who joined us, who became official members of the White Wind, decided not to come along, wanting to get more training in with their partners. Steelhorn was far too busy with the smith, and Shimmer was with him. If Gilda was the dragon's mom, that Minotaur was her dad. They bonded so well, and he was a really good father figure. Besides, she was too young to drink. I promised I'd bring him back some booze of his own, since Pinky drank all his scotch. How she wasn't plastered the whole trip, I don't know. Then again, she can swallow an entire cake and not have diabetes. So then when it comes to Pinky, all logic is off the table. So we took massive bits. Maria and Nadine went and picked up the unicorn from the hotel she was staying at instead of the ship. They didn't tell her where they were going. What? Why did you bring me here? Trixie asked. Hello, every pony! I jumped on the stage and into the bar. Everyone turned to look at me. Unless you were in here plastered non-stop for the past 5 days, you should all know about the changeling attack and what happened at the royal wedding. And you'd all know about the brave ponies Twilight Sparkle, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, Rarity, Pinkie Pie, Applejack, Shining Armor, and Princess Cadence, who by their efforts, the swarm was turned away. Cheers rang out. But that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm going to talk about the other brave ones who fought the swarm to protect Equestria. Oh, Celestia, he isn't, Trixie face-off. And then she realized that she had done it with her prosthetic. The Royal Guard, Princess Luna herself, who was injured, trying to clear the way for the Element Bears, and our very own Trixie, who gave her left leg fighting the Changeling's Queen's very own personal guard. Come on, stand up. Get on up here. I looked and watched her shrink, only to have Gilda pick her up and literally throw her at the stage. Considering she had gotten her out of the hospital just 3 days ago, it probably wasn't such a good idea, but nevertheless, I caught her and put her in front of the mic. The entire pub went quiet. Go on, say something. What? Whatever you feel like. Hello, every pony? Trixie! 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 One thing you can always count on for a bar is to be easily riled up. So you have a bunch of inebriated ponies who are celebrating their victory over the changelings, and here's someone who gave a limb to fight against them. Oh, they're gonna cheer for her. Of course, this would appeal to the performer in her and get her mood back up. I'm a manipulative bastard. Well, I can't really say anything about the fight, so I guess I can just show you? She shrugged. Show! 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 This was perfect. If she showed what happened, it would also help her to accept it. To her, losing her leg was the worst thing that could ever happen. But if she showed it and a crowd cheered for her, then it might change her opinion. Her home began to glow as a 3D image of the fight appeared on the stage, both of us leaving it so they could watch the show without us in the way. Trixie may have accentuated what the changeling reavers looked like. Giant, slobbering, lumbering, but deadly fast, hideous things they were indeed, but with her talent for showmanship, they looked more ferocious than when she showed it. She started off by showing me using my voice alone to send a mass of black bugs flying off Princess Luna, Nadine and Maria bailing to get her to safety, and the airship hanging behind, blasting the insect ponies out of the sky in a literal rain of fire. Then she showed the two of them get up, and the other two crashed through the wall, sending several guard ponies flying. That may have been a little addition on her part. Then she showed us melt the first one, Itch and Growl take down the second, and the third tackle Gilda after it had been scorched by her arrows. Finally, she showed the fourth smash her gun and rip her leg off with it, followed by Growl killing it and taking her off me, and finally killing the last one as it stood over Gilda. With that, the illusion vanished and the crowd just sat there, speechless. Alright, and that's how it happened. She held her fake leg, twisting it so that it would pop off its mounting, showing it to everyone, and then put it back on. "Let's hear it for Trixie!" I shouted, getting them all to join up and start hooting and hollering. She shrank back down, but this time, with a blush instead of embarrassment or shame, I went up to the bartender and ordered a few rounds and then jumped back onto the stage. "And now, a toast to Trixie!" I took the microphone and began to sing. The bartender passed Trixie a mug of ale, while I grabbed a bottle of whiskey. 'Tis 3:30 and the chill is gone. It's the longest binge I've ever been on. Had so many pints, my mind's stupefied, but through all the haze, I still hear the cry. At which point, the crowd began to sing as well, and everyone downed their beverages, only to be refilled, for me to grab a bottle of, you guessed it, Applejack Daniels. And I don't know why, but tonight is the night that I drink till I die. It's 4:45 and I'm still going strong. Is this the only place I truly belong? To make it all end, by the good Lord beseech, lying on the floor with my drink out of reach. Drink, motherfucker, curse for your lad, curse on your head, drinking pint after pint until I am dead. I just keep drinking and I don't know why, but tonight is the night that I drink till I die. It's 6 in the morning, can't remember my name. I see all those faces, they all look the same, and the puke on the floor makes a terrible stink. What is this stain that makes me want to drink? Drink, motherfucker, drink, motherfucker, drink! I curse for your lad, curse on your head, drinking pint after pint until I am dead. I just keep drinking and I don't know why, but tonight is the night that I drink till I die. Curse for your lad, curse on your head, drinking pint after pint until I am dead. I just keep drinking and I don't know why, but tonight is the night that I drink till I die. It's now almost noon and the spinning has stopped. There'll be no more drink to the floor I do drop. And there's old Nick offering eternal pain. He smiles as he sings this infernal refrain. Drink, motherfucker, drink, motherfucker, drink! Curse for your lad, curse on your head, drinking pint after pint until I am dead. I just keep drinking and I don't know why, but tonight is the night that I drink till I die. A curse for your lad, a curse on your head, drinking pint after pint until I am dead. I just keep drinking and I don't know why, but tonight is the night that I drink till I die. Drink, motherfucker, drink, motherfucker, drink! At the the end of it all, most of the ponies were down, lying on the floor, passed out. Gilda, Nadine, Growl, Maria, and myself were a bit tipsy compared to Plastered, as we were bigger than the others. Trixie hadn't gotten that much, but she did have the permanent heat in her face. She was at the point that you know what you're doing, but you don't care, and you may not remember where you were. Most commonly known as the last thing you remember before waking up the next morning in bed with a stranger. Etch was out cold. He and Growl's partners were still okay to fly, having been a bit more relaxed in their drinking. You know, Griff, maybe I was a bit hasty thinking and quitting. Trixie had a slight slur when she spoke. I know, you were scared. You know I was actually thinking of cutting off my hand just so you wouldn't be the only one. Would have done that for me? Of course, we're all family. I'd do anything for you guys. I love you all. And thanks, Griff. She gave me a quick peck on the cheek and a hug. Not romantic, just the way a family would. She tried to stand up and tripped. Whoa, hold on there. Maybe we should get you back to the ship. Yes, that would be a good idea. But you don't got your harness. I don't think I could hold on to you. Don't worry, I'll carry you. I swept her up like a parent would a child, and then we all walked out of the bar and flew back to the ship, without paying. Tell you what, Trix, we'll do our food run and make sure the village is doing well, and then we'll head to Pittsburgh, where Sparkles was on board. She had a pamphlet and wouldn't shut up about how they were the best in mechanical limbs and stuff. What do you say we go there, ditch the plastic one, and get you something you like? Like hoof encrusted with rubies? Yep, and it'll shoot lasers and have a shield on it so you don't get hurt again. And it'll be shiny and worth more than the ship. Okay, so a bit unrealistic, but we were both drunk. What do you want? Promise? Promise. And I put her to bed, tucked her in, thinking to myself, what shall I do with a drunken unicorn? And I told Steelhorn that unless he wanted to pay a several thousand-bit bar tab, to get moving. Which he did so immediately. I went down and laid on my bed, Gilda walking in after me with red cheeks.
You did it again.
Got drunk? Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
No, not that. The other thing. Just when you think we're about to tear ourselves apart, you turn around and put us back together, stronger than ever, she replied, coming closer to my bed. Yeah, this is what I do. She hopped into my bed next to me, curling herself up for warmth. You know, I'm starting to think you might do it. All that talk about putting families back together again? What I would do to see my mom and dad again.
If they're out there, we'll find them, and everyone else. And then there will be smiles again. We'll have a great, big, happy world tour, and making everyone happy and throwing a massive party for everyone that gets to see their family again. For birthday parties and everything for everyone who didn't get one. Yep, I'm drunk. There's no way even Pinkie Pie could pull that off.
That sounds nice. So, I've been thinking. I've got dibs on you, right?
Yep. Till you decide you get sick of me, I'm yours.
If you're mine, does that mean you gotta do what I want?
She smirked. Depends. What do you want? She whispered something in my ear that made my eyes shoot wide open. Something I can't say because I'd have to rate this fic mature instead of teen. I think I can do that, I said with a smile.